the Liv Morgan revenge tour has been taking over WWE when she was hurt during an attack by Rhea Ripley in 2023, and she has been aiming to get her fair share of revenge on Mommy this year. While Liv struggled initially, things have worked out for her. Following a backstage attack 2 weeks ago, it was revealed that Mommy suffered an injury at the hands of the 29-year-old star. Rhea Ripley then had to vacate the Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan then proceeded to mock the Eradicator for her injury. However, that's not the end of Liv's quest for revenge. Based on a teaser during Monday Night Raw, the WWE superstar's ultimate endgame may be to take what means most to Rhea. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley began working together as a tag team in March 2022 after first being opponents. Known as Liv 4 Brutality, the babyface pair quickly became a fun babyface team, not known only for dominating their opponents in the ring, then celebrating with Morgan jumping in Ripley's arms after, but their high-energy backstage interviews. At WrestleMania 38, Liv 4 Brutality competed for the Women's Tag Team Champions on Night 2 in a fatal four-way against the championship team of Carmella and Queen Zelina, Natalya and Shayna Baszler, and Sasha Banks and Naomi. It was, of course, Banks and Naomi who won the match, with Liv Morgan taking the pin. On the Raw after WrestleMania, after another loss, a frustrated Ripley walked away from Morgan. Liv 4 Brutality stayed together, but after losing a championship match to Banks and Naomi on the April 18, 2022 Raw, Ripley finally had enough and attacked her partner in the ring, giving Morgan a riptide. The next week, as Ripley explained in a backstage interview that the attack happened because she had finally opened her eyes, Morgan struck, taking out her former friend. It led to a one-on-one match on the May 9th Raw, won by the future Mommy, with the original formation of Judgment Day, Edge and Damian Priest, watching on. A few weeks later, they met again, this time in the mixed tag team match of Morgan and AJ Styles vs. Ripley and Priest. With some outside interference from Edge, Rhea Ripley once again beat Liv Morgan. They met once more on the next week's Raw in singles competition, with Morgan finally being able to conquer her foe. This led to a 6-person mixed tag team match at Hell in a Cell, with Judgment Day battling Liv Morgan, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor. Unfortunately for Liv, she was on the losing side once again. Their next big encounter came at the 2023 Women's Royal Rumble, as the final 3 competitors came down to Ripley, Morgan, and Asuka. Ripley eliminated both women. As Ripley geared up for a WrestleMania 39 match with SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, she faced Morgan on the Blue Brand show and beat her yet again. At nearly every turn, Ripley was dominating her one-time friend. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley found success apart in 2023, with Ripley beating everyone in her path as the Women's World Champion and Liv Morgan becoming Women's Tag Team Champions with Raquel Rodriguez. Ripley couldn't let the success stand though, leading to a backstage brawl between the 3 champions on the July 17th Raw. Later in the night, during a tag team championship match with Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, Morgan took the pinfall due to her injuries from the earlier attack. Enraged, she got her revenge on Ripley later in the night when Mommy was ringside for a Dominic Mysterio match. The next week they were set to meet on Raw in a singles match one more time, but Ripley savagely beat up Morgan before the bell, working on her shoulder and injuring it with a chair. This was done to write off Morgan, who had injured her shoulder in real life. Liv Morgan returned at the 2024 Royal Rumble, then went on her revenge tour. In an ironic twist, Morgan, who was gone for 6 months because of an injury at the hands of Rhea Ripley in a storyline, then accidentally injured Mommy's own shoulder for real during their backstage brawl. The April 22nd episode of Raw ended with a battle royal to help the company decide a new top female on Monday nights. After a chaotic battle royal match, Becky Lynch pulled down the win to become WWE Women's World Champion. The man now holds the title that she failed to snag at WrestleMania 40. Morgan and Mysterio's relationship has been a complicated one in the past week. Ahead of the King and Queen of the Ring Premium Live event, Mysterio confronted Morgan backstage and said that he would do everything possible to make sure that Morgan did not defeat Becky Lynch and become the new Women's World Champion. With the referee distracted, Mysterio slid a chair in the ring for Lynch to utilize, which the man protested. Unfortunately, Mysterio's plan would backfire massively as Morgan used the chair to win the match and become the new champion. Later that night, an irate Lynch was seen berating Mysterio before announcing that she would get her rematch on the next episode of Raw, which was later announced to be a steel cage match. Once again, Mysterio was pivotal in the match result. Originally holding open the cage door for Lynch, Mysterio was caught in the crossfire of a Braun Strowman charge and slammed the door in Lynch's face, allowing Morgan to escape and keep a hold of the title. While Dirty Dumb Mysterio's future looks uncertain, the only guarantee is that Rhea Ripley will be furious with the events that transpired. Both stars have provided their thoughts on the shocking angle that took place at the end of the show. Morgan simply reposted a video and screenshot of the kiss, and Mysterio posted an image of Kermit the Frog driving with the caption "Well FKK." Mommy has yet to comment. Since Liv Morgan removed Rhea Ripley from WWE programming, Dominic Mysterio and Morgan have been starring in one of the most intense stories on Monday Night Raw. The duo has emerged as principal figures in a story that has captured a lot of interest among WD fans. Morgan has been trying to seduce Dominic Mysterio week after week to continue to make Ripley suffer, this time from an emotional point of view. However, this story has not yet reached its conclusion. Morgan will continue to try to seduce Dom. What do you think would be Mommy's reaction to it? It would be a fun scenario if they ended up having a ladder match for the custody of Mysterio, similar to the one between the late Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. What do you think would be the future storyline for Dom and Morgan? Let us know in the comments.